here we go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros, and we're back with another review of Season 7 of The Walking Dead. This time, we're tackling Episode 3, entitled The Cell. Ugh, this episode... In all seriousness, though, this episode, I should have been prepared for it. It was kind of a snooze fest, a little bit. It was redeemed by, I think, 2 scenes this week, mostly involving Daryl kind of breaking down at the end a little bit, and Dwight's scene with the escape savior, where he shoots him in the back, and he talks about how he didn't want to live one more second under Negan's rule. That right there was the kind of the 2 scenes that saved it from just being a total bore. You know, and to Norman Reedus' credit, he was great. But after a quick respite from from 2 weeks ago, we ended up getting another one of those episodes where, gosh, we got the 1 episode break we needed. We needed to get back into the story with the crew in Alexandria. Yes, we did need to know what Negan was doing with Daryl, and if he was going to break him, or what was going to eventually happen with Daryl. But I feel like they lose an opportunity to just make the storytelling better. I don't know what the writer's room kind of thinks on The Walking Dead, where they have these episodes where it's just plotting, because we're not getting in with our characters. It's not intercut, you know, so that you can... I just don't understand why we can't splice in the story and make it fluid. Instead, we have these episodes where we have just dulled our senses. Like, you know, how much of Daryl being tortured and broken do we really need to see? You know, I'm glad that Daryl had the strength, the resolve. You know, I don't know if he's going to have like a Beth arc, you know, where he dies. I doubt it. I doubt they would do that. But I feel like this episode, even though I knew it was coming, was a lost opportunity to continue compelling storytelling, where we just got a little bit of Dwight's backstory, and we could have, again, spliced that in with other things. It didn't require a lot of time, and yet we got way too much of what we got. It's unfortunate, but that's the way that they seem to like to tell their stories. You know, Daryl episodes by themselves in the past have been good. This time, I mean, he wasn't saying much, he wasn't doing much, you know, and we did get some Negan, but, you know, he didn't seem menacing this week. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just the way that the episode is presented, or what exactly. I think maybe it was just a little bit of the way that the story unfolded, that it didn't give him time to be menacing. You know, he's taken a shine to Daryl, and that's what's kept him alive. But it just doesn't seem like this episode really went. I was prepared for it. I gotta say, I was prepared for it to kind of just be one of those meh episodes, and that's exactly what we got. The performances were pretty good. Again, for some reason, they're, you know, extras, they're side actors that say one word they continue to just be poop sauce, but it's alright. I mean, Dwight did a great job. I can't remember the actor's name, but I thought he did a really good job. You know, his wife, Sherry and Dwight, they had some backstory on that, and that story's starting to unfold a little bit. That can be more interesting inside the sanctuary. I just feel like they need to do a little bit better job of editing and having the storytelling being more fluid. I think that they really miss opportunities that they could otherwise have gotten by maintaining some sense of splicing those stories together like they do in the comic book, like they do in most storytelling. I mean, think about, you know, Game of Thrones is pretty masterful. They don't usually take on one whole story in an episode. It had to be really, really big, like the Wall in season 4 or something like that. And I know I keep going back to Game of Thrones, but it's just kind of a similar phenomenon right now. So I kind of use that as a basis of comparison as to how two different production crews decide to run their show. But I mean, it still had some good points. Like I said, there were a couple of really good redeeming moments for Daryl and Dwight. You know, again, Norman Reedus was really great in this episode, and you know, I feel like maybe next week we'll be able to get back on track. We've got Negan coming to Alexandria, which should open up a whole lot of avenues. 90-minute episodes, so we're gonna see. The preview next week did show Michonne grabbing a sniper rifle, so it does look like, if you guys have read the comics, hopefully I'm not spoiling this for you, but it does look like they are moving forward with giving her a lot of Andrea's story from the comics. So, you know, I would say if I had to score it, I'd probably do a 6. If I was being really generous, a 7. So this was definitely a step back in the season. But I feel like we can get right back on track. It's no big deal. You know, tell us what you thought in the comments below. You know, did you like it? How was the torturing of Daryl? Were you okay with your favorite hillbilly getting dog meat sandwiches and whatnot? Let us know in the comments below. Tell us what you thought. If you like this video, please drop us a like. And if you enjoy things like this, then definitely subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it already, because you will be getting more great reviews, podcasts, top 10, Let's Plays, and a whole lot more. Definitely check us out on social media. That way we can interact with you. And again, leave comments below letting us know what you thought of the episode. My name is Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros, and as always, have a super week, people.